Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope we're having a great day today and we're all doing well. So Rainbow Six Extraction's official teaser trailer was just released by Ubisoft. And in the 1 minute and 18-second trailer, there is some interesting stuff that can actually be seen in it. I'm going to be taking a dive and looking at some of the little Easter eggs and stuff that I actually found in the background and in small writing. Now, this is just me looking over it. I could miss so much stuff, so if you guys have anything or see anything, drop it in the comment section to let me know. Okay, so the first thing, which is pretty obvious, is the song is playing and it's talking about walking under rainbows, and the main thing on the screen right now is a rainbow connecting two clouds. I obviously don't have to point out that obviously this is a fact to Rainbow Six Siege, Team Rainbow and everything. Pretty obvious point. Now, as this starts to pan out, we can actually see on the desktop there's some sort of a Word document or email open. If you actually look in the font box, it actually says that they're using Comic Sans, which is a common joke when people are referring to what fonts to use. If you look at the emails from the sender to the recipient, you can see that it has their names and it actually says Orpheus Corp listed as the company email. So this seems to be the name of the, business corporation, which it seems like this virus or whatever it's going to be has actually originated from. I would also like to point out the name Orpheus is actually a name of a legendary musician, poet and prophet in ancient Greek religion. There might be some sort of symbolism in that, maybe not, maybe it's just sharing a name, but let me know if you kind of see any parallels between that and the actual name of this company. So actually reading this Word document, which is kind of hard, even at 1080p, it's kind of a bit hard to read, so I may struggle on some words, but for the most part, I think I can read most of it. So what it says is, Bill, we are in deep trouble. Remember when I told you about React? I had Eliza Cohen on the phone, and for you guys who don't know, Eliza Cohen is actually Ash, that's her real name. Continuing on. I am not joking. They are investigating the old lab in Alaska. They are looking for our abandoned research. That lab is closed for good reason. They want IT access. I know about their AI and I know for sure they did not need permission. Close everything, increase your security, do it fast. I will contact the other sites too. Actually, just let everyone go home for the week. Make an excuse, privacy breach, protocol, or something. No one is allowed to work until this is resolved. This is very serious. No one was supposed to know. Those hard copy lab reports, remember to burn them. So, if React contacts you, do not tell them anything. We know nothing. Let me know when you are done. So, what I kind of take from this bit of information and document is there's a company known as Orpheus. They are sort of working on this thing. I'm going to assume it seems to be like a meteor from space. They're working on some form of whatever was the previous virus found in outbreak mode back in Operation Chimera, and they are kind of doing it off the grid. They shouldn't be doing it, and by the looks of it, they know they shouldn't be doing it. And it seems like they're also referring to another company known as React. And they definitely seem like they are trying to hide something from this React company. So my best guess is React seems to be some sort of counter virus unit that was probably set up after Outbreak during Operation Chimera. They probably have close ties with Team Rainbow and stuff like that and getting them involved. Heck, even, Lion and Finca might be even, high up in the React company. And what it seems to be here is React seems to be looking to this stuff, investigating all of these illegal experimentations on, this parasite stuff. And this company known as Orpheus seem to be knowing that they're not doing this legally. They are in deep trouble if they get found out. So they're all telling people to, hide the evidence, send people away, don't let them know anything, burn the hard copies. They definitely seem to know that React were onto them. Allowing this desktop to continue to zoom out a bit, we get to see more of the work on the computer. We get to see that they're actually monitoring a map of the entire United States of America. So it seems like the maps in this are actually going to be set still in the US. As you can actually see as well, we kind of have a hint of what some of these maps are going to be. If you start looking more at the desktop, you can see there's a lot of stuff for New York sample. There's some files talking about New York. There seems to be some images about New York as well. There's also a file called SF_CA. Obviously that means San Francisco, California. And from what I can kind of see in this, I don't really see any other locations. Maybe Alaska again. Once they were talking about Alaska in that inbox, maybe because they were talking about their old facility there. But for what I can see here, there is definitely San Francisco and NY. There's also another interesting file here titled The Dark Side of the Moon. Is kind of cut off by something covering it, and as you can see, they kind of have their desktop as the moon itself. So this person's definitely interested in the moon, and perhaps that's where this originated from, the dark side of the moon. There's maybe more stuff here. That's where this virus or whatever it is has actually originated from, because they definitely have something about that here. And now that I'm actually looking at this well, I actually do see some files that also say AK, which I believe stands for Alaska as well. So just like I was saying about that, it seems to be Alaska is going to be involved in this as well. So from what I can see here, locations are San Francisco, New York, and Alaska. Probably going to be more than that, but from what I can see here, that is all I can find. As it continues to zoom out off the desktop, you can notice a few things. They've got some sort of little nerdy poster on the wall which has a periodic table, and it pulls out the elements which spell out the word bacon, and at the bottom it says some things are just meant, and I'm going to assume it continues to say meant to be or meant to happen. I'm going to assume it's going to say meant to be, and I think that's kind of just like a little joke of, you know, what's happening in the moment. Some things are just meant to be. This is meant to happen. This outbreak is meant to happen. There was no other way to stop it. This was going to happen at some point. As it continues to zoom out, you can see that someone's actually calling them. I am really struggling to read the name here. If you guys have any guess of what name that could be, let me know in the comment section below, but I can't really decrypt what that is saying. It's very, you know, not the greatest quality, and it is at a very obscure angle to see. What we can see though is the mug on this person's desk though actually says hotter than thermite. So, you know, little joke, obviously thermite and its exothermic charges, joking about how obviously you keep hot beverages in this mug. As it continues to now pan away from the desktop, you can see a few other things as well. They have a Zim Apex on the desk. No, I'm just kidding about that. But as you can actually see on the shelf, they have a Rainbow Tachanka Unicorn Chibi. So that's so cool. Nice little thing. And that's actually based off what like the in real life chibis look like. So are we going to get like a Unicorn Tachanka, you know, chibi figure? That'd be pretty cool. Okay, and actually as it continues to pan away, we actually get to see the name of this person's office, and it says Dr. Brooks. Now, we knew from the name of the emails that this person's full name was Bill Brooks, but I'd also like to add something quite interesting here. There's actually a character known as Boyd Brooks, who, if you guys remember, back in Outbreak, the game mode, and the trailers and stuff like that, he was actually the guy who saw the object fall from the sky. He actually got infected to it, and he was kind of the person, you know, he went to hospital, and that kind of started it spreading to other people. So I just think that's kind of interesting. This person's called Bill Brooks, and the person who kind of started this, not really his fault, he was just, you know, looking at something that fell from the sky, and he felt really sick, but the person who kind of like the main contagion of this name was also Brooks. So maybe this Dr. Brooks actually was related to Boyd Brooks, and basically they found out what happened. You know, they were trying to silence it all. They wanted justice for Boyd, who I'm going to assume is maybe their relative. So maybe they were actually leaking information about all this stuff. So very interesting. You know, it might just be that they just have the same second name, but why call this the person Dr. Brooks if the person who kind of started the main spread was also with the second name Brooks? And as it continues to pan, we get to see the official name of Orpheus, we get to see the logo, and we get to see the meteor, which seems to be the thing that they were working on and kind of testing on, which caused this outbreak. Now, as far as I'm aware, there's no other Easter eggs in this area. As far as I can see, it is just a pretty much basic lab, but there is a good chance that I missed something. So if you do see something that I missed, let me know in the comment section below. But yeah, that is all the Easter eggs I could actually find in the Rainbow Six Extraction teaser trailer. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about this. If you are new, be sure to subscribe and drop a like on this video. I shall catch you on the next one. I love you all. Peace.